listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Let's talk today. We will look into the workflows. Workflows can be used in the multiple ways. It can be used in the approvals also. It can be used to set some criteria or some. We want to set. I think we might go now. You have to go to customization. Customization. In simple terms, if I call workflow is basically to have some automation. To create some automation without using stick. New workflow. Then we want to create a workflow. We can go to a new workflow. We can give any name to the workflow. Record type. We have to agree to on which record type it will work. If it is the transactions, then we will set transaction. Any other equal. I mean when the master vendor category like it can be there on many places. Let's say I am creating the workflow only transaction. Now what is the initiation? Initiation will set. But will be the start of this workflow. Basically trigger point. It is event based or should you event based like this there should be any event. I will get should you be running a visual. When we should you leave, we have to say such that on which particular set it is going to be scheduled. On the basis of particular set, it is going to be shifted. And when we select event based, we can define the event it's on create. On create means when you are creating the transaction. Let's like the old one view or update. We select both on create or your trigger type is what we'll get. Trigger type is before record, after before record submit, after record submit. Normally the trigger type is all. Event type, we can define any event type there. I understand that the schedule one, you were saying the schedule is based on the same searches. The scheduled. That one is based on the same search filter. See when we scheduled it. One like send you read. You have to select any same search. On the basis this particular. She didn't will run. Like it is written here. Select the same set that you want to use. Initially workflow. When you configure a workflow to run on a schedule, the workflow is your good tip on the results of a safe search. Let's say we created a safe search. And now we want to have it's a result. Made to some person or we can do. We want to do some automation with that data. We can have a workflow and instead of event based, we can schedule it. Event based. We can get some description also. It's the owner name who is creating the workflow. As you can add me. This is what you want to if the workflow is like role based. You want to execute as administrator or not. Really said means that. Workflows in testing case. Not initiating the release or suspend it. It will release. Keep in session. He said he see means that whether you want to workflow. Look, spit it or not. Always enable logging. Any condition we want to give in the name in the workflow name itself will run on this particular condition or not. And so, as of now, we just created a workflow name and define. In this particular, like on this particular workflow, on this record, it will create it. Now, let me open the purchase order. Have we specified what to do? The workflow. No, I haven't yet specified. I'm checking that. I'm checking that only. The process. Again, new account. No. No, no, no. Now you have to create a new subsidiary. Here you can see the state. Under this only, you will specify the actions. What you want to do. The actions. You will go to the new action and specify the action. And you will go to the new set field. Oh, I see. New action I will go. We get all this. Either we want to add button in a subsection. We want to create a line, create a record. No red. Set the display type display label field mandatory. What I will do. I will set field value. Automatically, I'm going to set the field value. Let's say we will. We are setting the department value. And then user don't ask to select department. Department main. What does this main means? Main mean. Basically, department comes 2 times. The transaction. Department main means that it's department of the body. And this is a party. It's like this. And in particular condition we want to set for this particular, like the apartment value. We can specify the condition also. Which value we want to provide. The static value. The static value is the text value which we will specify here. Let's say general medicine. One action is created. Set field value. Department main is equal to general. Now if I reload the purchase order, you can see general version is automatically correct. When you've created your purchase order, select that department. Let's say I can specify one condition also. If you want to edit and change some action, we will go to this pencil or pen button. Here we will be editing our action. I am going to specify a condition here. My condition will be employee is equal to. I'm not coming. Next time. Save if I click on the page again. Purchase and purchase order. As you can see now, department is not coming. We'll tell you when it will come. First select the vendor. Doc red. Still not there. I was like the employee. I'm going to go to the next one. Wait. Since I have specified the condition, employee is equal to, that means after the field added. Because until I specify the field value how it will. Maybe you have to select again the employee. Now it's coming. All the options there like field value, field display type. There is a one mandatory field, standard mandatory field in any transaction, which you can't disable because it's divided by the next, but you can use the height or you can. And mandatory, if that by. Oh, you can hide certain fields, even if it's mandatory. Go to new action and you can see the multiple access available. And if you have a message you want to show the message. You want to show some error message. In some fields we can set here. And workflow is basically used for the approval also. There are two types of approvals used in the next. One is workflow approvals, in which we have to create the state for every action or like state. We want to basically the stages of workflow, which we want to create in the next. Or second, we can use this it approval. There are two types of workflows there. Either we can use this it approval or we can create this workflow. This approval routing workflow First, we have to enable some setup. Let me check if this setup is a never or not. We will go to Setup Accounting Preferences. Approval routing. No approval, routing is enabled. Let's say we want to create a workflow on any like purchase or approval. We will enable save. But I will show you in any other. Like conditions are created. Because workflow needs to be like, if I had to create the workflow on any role for any person who will be approving. Who will be approving it? I won't be able to check that. Then I want to lock a particular. All those things are possible. It's a workflow condition. Would it be called workflow or condition? Like I want to create a new record, and if they select this particular company name, then I want a certain thing to be locked. Yes, you can set everything in workflow. It is possible. Magician workloads. You can see this approval workflow. As you can see, there are multiple stages. First stage is the initiation, like an initiation. In this particular state, what we are doing, if you want to check the action side, field value, approval status is finding approval. If I go to the purchase order here, as you can see, this approval status pending approval. It was said that set field value approval status pending approval. Field value workflow created by current user. This particular condition is specified because if you want to identify who has created the workflow, and when we reject the workflow, it has to be come back to the initiative. initiate. This particular condition is added because the user who has created the workflow indication rejection will add it again. Can add it. Oh. Let's say when you do has created a workflow and I rejected the workflow, only you can add it and change. But what is the mistake in the task? Not any other users. Is that the second approval? It was like there is one condition there. It is like work field workflow. The workflow created by. And it is. Now we'll go to our second stage. Now it is now here. We are like specifying the role like user role. I don't think there should be the need of this stage. Initiation creator. The person who has created as like this stage. Likewise, we can go to initiation from ready to level approval 1. But it is created. What is happening in this stage, in this particular stage? We are adding the button. We are approval button. We are adding, but when? When the record will be saved. Once we record this alike, save the record, we can add the approval. All these arrows, you can see, these arrows are basically the transition. From initiation creator to approval 1, the transition we have specified. To approval level 1, as you put on button submit for approval. Approval 1. Now enter the approval 1. We have said that who will be the approval. That field value approval status. Field value is pending approval only. Field value next approval is Rakesh. And button. We are adding the approve button or reject button. In the initiation we have entered is we have added the submit for approval button. After submit for approval button, we are adding the approve and reject button. Either from approval level 1 we can reject or we can approve directly. No directly because if we can approve directly from the approval level 1, there should be a like transition. From approval level 1, it will go to level 2. And on the basis of some conditions, it can go to level 1 also. It can be approved from direct level 1. Let's say there is a condition if the workflow value is less than 50,000. It should be directly approved from level 1. We can specify the condition. And if it is like more than 50,000, it will go to level 2. But there is no condition. They are simple. Like after level 1, level 2 should be there. We are specifying after level 2. Next approval is this person. And again that button is coming. From level 2, either we can approve or we can reject. If we reject again, it goes back to the it will show on again. Resume it for approval button to the user. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.